All right, we're asked to find the solution set for this inequality, and we're going to need to answer and give this solution set in terms of interval notation. So let's first talk about solving this. The first thing I would do is go about consolidating the variables that appear on two sides of this equation. I like my variables to be on the left-hand side for equations and inequalities. So I'm going to subtract 9x from both sides of this inequality. When I do that, what I'll get is negative 3 minus 6x is less than or equal to negative 6. Then I'll add 3 to both sides to get negative 6x is less than or equal to negative 3. And then I'm trying to get x by itself, so what I'm going to do is divide both sides of this inequality by negative 6. Okay, so some important things. When I divide by the negative 6, what I get is just an x on this side, on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, negative 3 divided by negative 6 is a positive 1/2 when I reduce that. The only important trick here is that since the action I performed here on the inequality was dividing by a negative 6 in this case, I actually flip this inequality. It goes from being a less than sign to being a greater than sign. Specifically, this is my solution set that x is greater than or equal to 1/2. Alright, and now a short just conversation about getting this in interval notation. I'm going to graph this first. That's always kind of what I do to visualize what's happening here. There's got 1/2 here somewhere, and this is looking for the set of numbers that are greater than 1/2, including 1/2. So 1/2 is included, and I should have a closed circle there for that. Alright, now I'm going to use interval notation. Interval notation is based on the upper bounds and lower bounds for this set. The lower bound, or smallest possible number, is 1/2. There is no upper bound, so I'm going to use infinity for that. I put a parentheses always around infinity, and then I need to put either a bracket or parentheses around 1/2. I'm going to put a bracket around the 1/2 because it's included. That's why I used a closed circle here, and that comes from the fact there's this equal sign on the inequality. It's greater than or equal to 1/2, which means 1/2 is included. This, in all its glory, the bracket 1/2 comma infinity, that is the interval notation for the solution set of all numbers greater than or equal to 1/2.